Hi there. In my last unboxing video, I showed you that I'd got the Hours journal. This is by Hours Studio. This is the 2025 Research Project Weekly Journal. I needed to get a second journal for a big project that I'm working on. I don't want to tell you about what the project is at the moment, but I'm going to show you what's inside this journal, how it's laid out, and then I'll show you how I'm intending to use it, but not what it's intended for. That's a big project I'm working on that I will share with you eventually, but not right now. So yeah, let's get into this. Now, I was originally going to get the Take a Note planner for this separate project, but I saw this and I was like, this is much more suited to what I need. And it just instantly piques my curiosity as well. Oh, I am loving this already. So with this, you get a cover with it, which is this beautiful frosted sort of, not even frosted, but it's just matte compared to this super glossy. As you can tell, it's not glossy at all. This is the Midori one, and it is so sticky and it gets things stuck to it, which just really annoys me. But it does protect it, which is the main, job. But this is so nice. I wonder actually, does this fit on the Hobonichi? Something to test. So yeah, it comes with a cover. It's just literally has the inlay in them. Let's see if I can take it off quite easily. Oh yay. Oh wow. So these stamps are actually on the cover. I really like that. That is amazing. I am loving this so much. It reminds me of the covers you get on the Mosseri planners. Which are also Taiwanese, so perhaps these are more common over there. But I would love to get one of these for the Hobonichi. Let's see if it does fit. So I don't have a plastic cover on this one, as I did at the beginning of the year. I thought, it's funny because the other day I was like, this half of the year's Hobonichi isn't getting as thick as the first one. Yeah, I think I might be a bit delusional on that one. So yeah, let's just take the bookmarks out. Pop that there. So let's see if it fits. Does the glass slipper fit? It goes in that way perfectly fine. Ooh. But is it long enough? Goes in that side perfectly fine. Oh yes, it's a little baggy actually. I thought it was going to be super tight, but no, it's a little bit baggy. But these are the Avec books, so perhaps with a cousin it will be the right size, but I actually prefer that it's a bit baggy. So yeah, so Hours Studio, if you are watching, please give an option where you can buy these covers separately. I would love that, because it's not just Hobonichi. I'm imagining they'll fit any A5 book. So yeah, because this matte is just, I mean, there's a little bit of a sheen on it, but nothing compared to that. So yeah, and it feels so much nicer. It feels it's so smooth, whereas this is just like it just feels like gloss. Whereas this doesn't. This just feels almost velvety in a way. So yeah, I'm liking that. Loving it. Okay. Now the other thing that I'm loving about the Hours journal that I realized as I was taking the cover off is just how flat it's going to lay. Because like, I'll try and prove it with you. So, because as I was taking it off, look how floppy they drop down at. You know, they're really floppy. But when you do that with a Hobonichi, even when it's new, it doesn't have the same... It does a bit, but it's just going to show me straight away at how flat this lays instantly. The stitching is just... So that's what I noticed as I was taking the cover off. Anyway, let's move the Hobonichi out of the way. This is the star of the show. So the other thing with this is they have given us a bunch of free stuff, free postcards and things, and then you can take the cover off and put your own cover on or collage on this. So the cover is just plain white, and then you've got the beautiful designs on here. But the other great thing about this is, let me put it all back together. So you could actually make your own cover as well. Put the cover back on. So when I first saw this, I sort of instantly didn't pay much attention to it because it got like cherry jam and a little bit of cherry there, which is a nice illustration. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but it, you know, I didn't want to see that for the project that I'm working on because it's not related to it in any shape or form. So I sort of glossed over it when I was looking at it, but then I saw somebody else's video on it and I was like, oh, that is perfect for what I need. And also you can change this up because these beautiful things, you can put your own image and things on there, but the way that they have, so yeah, that's just a little thank you note. So let's open this up because we got this free with the notebook, which is so lovely. I have to admit, this is very nice. Because when you buy the Hobonichi, you only get the Hobonichi, unless you order extra stuff. But these guys have given us a cover, which Hobonichi don't. You have to buy your own and all that sort of thing. Let me just pull these out. Oh, what are these plastic things? But this envelope is lovely. Now, everybody that I've seen are like, oh, this is vellum. But to me, it's tracing paper. So I still don't know if there's a difference between vellum and tracing paper. Whether or not it's just how the Americans say tracing paper, I don't know. But it is very sturdy and very thick, so I will actually reuse this for sure. So they've given us a bunch of little illustrations that we like, and then these plastic things. These are very nice. I don't know what they're for. I'm assuming they're to pop those in. But again, these are very nice. Some coffee, some images, and just the bits of their information on the back. The 7th Hours Journal. That book be with you. That book be with you? Not sure. It just shows you the size, which is 148 by 110 millimeters, 53 weeks, 176 pages, serial number, topic is gift, designed by our studio, and then the address, and then since 2017 from Colors Atelier to Research Project. So very nice indeed. But the cardstock on these, again, they're not glossy, which I'm loving. I'm loving it. Because I'm even looking for like matte sticker paper that is not, but can also print photo quality, but without the gloss. So these plastic things, I think they are just to protect a card, but these are also business card size as well. So if someone hands you a business card, because some business cards are really beautiful, so you can protect them. But that is a nice little addition as well. So I like that. I like it a lot. So we've got 2 of those. Then we've got some bigger postcards. This beautiful cherry blossom. And then just the bits of their information on the back. And then Oh, so these are actually photographs of what the creators have taken, which is very nice. So we've got tea and toast, and then a beautiful coffee design as well. So one of the things you can do, let's try this one, because I love this stamp on here. I'd love if you can buy that separately. But the way that the paper cover is designed is they've got these little slits for you to be able to pop in the postcards. Now that in itself is quite clever because it means you can customise till your heart's content. Because you don't have to use their postcards, you can just make your own, print off your own little design. This is A6 size, I believe. So there we go. We've got the A6 size popped in there. But even though it's got that on there, the way that they've designed this, it means you've still got all these layouts and the cohesiveness of their beautiful design without taking away from it, which I just think is genius. But I can tell you now, I will not be using the A5 size because it's even better when you use an A7, I think it is, which is one of these. Which one shall we use? Let's use this little beautiful one here. So it covers up the jam that is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I applaud your illustration skills, whoever's designed that one. But it has no relevance to the project that I'm working on. But the reason why I know I'll be using an A7 card is because I just love how we still can see this on there as well, because to me that just screams research to me. It's, you know, you put an image in, you write some notes about it, so that to me is just perfect. And this image is just lovely. I love that with the sunlight, because I try and get images like that for myself as well. So I love that, so I'm going to keep that way. And then again, because the stamp's there, just look how perfect that is. So you can put any image there. It's just completely customizable. I'm loving the weight of this as well. It's quite light, more than I was expecting. So yeah, very nice. So now we've got the wonderful cover out of the way. Let's look what's actually in the book. So we start with this craft paper. Again, can collage, do what you want. Then we have the weird page that every journal seems to have because of the way they glue it in. But I think I've shown you many times before, you can turn this actually into a pocket. But I love that they've left it blank, because a lot of the companies like to print something on there. They usually print this page on there, which I'm glad our studio have done it here. So we've got 2025 Research Project Weekly Journal by our studio since 2007. And then some little logos. Oh, this is so minimalistic. I love it. I love it. So this is the yearly calendar, obviously. It is quite small, but I like it. And I know what I'm actually going to use this. I know what I'm going to use it for. So then we've got a monthly calendar. Oh, look how cute this is. To me, it's so minimalistic and elegant, but it's also a little bit jarring because there's no grids, there's no dots, there's no lines. But I also really like that. So, you know, it's a little bit jarring from the point of the fact I'm used to Hobonichi having grids and things. But I also like that it's plain, because it opens up your options to do a lot more without having things in the background that sometimes you might not want. So we've got some wonderful little tassels here. So January, February. Oh, theme of tassels. Oh, I love that colour. You know, I love my mint greens. In teals. March, April. Even just turning this paper, which What is this paper? It's not Tomorrow paper, but it is thin like Tomorrow, but I don't think it actually is Tomorrow paper. I'll have to research that one. I don't think it tells you anyway, does it? By our studios, no, it doesn't tell you. That's all right. So May, June, July, Augusta, September, October, November, and December. So nice, just simple grid, but very, very nice. You're going to hear that word a lot, I think, in this video. Then we've got a plans for 2025, so you can write down your intentions. Then we've got the weekly planner, and this is how all the other pages are set up. So you've got an entire week on a double page spread, whereas in a Hobonichi, you've got your dailies, which is basically one day on each page. But for this project I'm working on, I don't need to write constantly daily, but I do need to keep track of things on a weekly thing. So I could just get a weekly book from Hobonichi, but that's boring. That's boring. And plus, the way that this is set up with what you've got this beautiful blank space here and a couple of dot lines here, it just makes so much more sense. Then you've got like a little bit here that you can write in with the calendar. This big number at the top is perfect for me as well. It represents the week of the year, because sometimes in the projects I'll be referring to, oh, this needs to be done by the 20th week of the year in this, that and the other. So it does get quite specific. And I've just noticed these beautiful colour dots on the side here that look like they've been done with paint or oil pastel. Very nice. And then these just December to Jan. So we've got the month at the top, then the day, and then the phase of the month, and then also what day it is, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then, oh, every week has got a new illustration. So let's just have a quick flip through those, because literally every page is the same layout, except for this is different, and obviously the dates are different. I'm not going to sit here and flip through them all. I'll just give you a quick flip through. But yeah, they are very nice and very cute. So yeah, I like that. So after the last weekly page, which is December 31st, 2025 to January the 1st, 2026. Wow, that sounds like millions of miles away, 2026. But yeah. So then it goes to, how was your 25? So did you achieve your intentions? So that's a nice thing. Then we've got a section called free note, which is where it's got recipe notes, card folder, free note, anything form, gift note, colour note, and then it tells you the dimensions again, and then our studio. So then we've got a couple of recipe note pages. So you've got your recipe number or title, ingredients, the method. I always think the method should be much bigger than that. Memo and time and score, like how good was it? I mean, if I'm going to take the time to write a recipe in here, believe me, it will be good. It will be 5 stars. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8 recipes. And then it moves on to card folder. Now, this is a little unusual in the UK because I don't think people really do this. I mean, it sort of like throws back to the old Filofax days of basically someone gives you a business card, you stick it in and you keep it. Or you get some like, you can get like album hooks, so it basically holds them in place like this. But they're just like little plastic paper things that stick there, so you still can take out the business card if you need to. And then you write the day, the title, who you were with. So say if you go to a cafe and you really liked it and you take one of their business cards, and then the location. So that's what a card folder is. But again, you can use this for anything because it's such a big space. But I quite like how it's laid out because again, it's very research, like research forms in documents and things, which is what I'm really loving about this whole journal. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. And then we've got free note, which is very big grids. It's definitely bigger than Hobonichi. I'm wondering if they're 0.5 grids, because I think Hobonichi is 0.35 grids. So we've got 1, 2, but I like how they're bounded within this box, because then it sort of creates a border that you can like overspill into. So these would be really lovely for collaging, actually. Oh, I've just clicked in my head of what I'm going to use this page for, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 of those. And then the next one is an anything form. What does this remind me of? Kind of like a library card. In fact, you probably could use it for that. So you write your book title down, then the date, maybe the time. You can put location up there as well. Yeah, use this form for anything. So anything you want to list or keep a track of. It's a good idea. I like that. I like it a lot. And again, I know what I'm going to use it for. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so you've got 4 of those. Then you have got this gifts note. So you write down who from in 2. So this doesn't have to be necessarily gifts that are given to you, but also gifts that you give out to whoever. And then you write down the content, or you can put a little photograph of what it is, and then the date. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pages of those. Yeah, I know what I'm using them for. It's just making me smile, because I know exactly every page of this journal is going to be used. There's not anything that's going to be not used. So we've got colour notes, so you can literally use these for ink samples or paint samples or whatever you want to take off. Or you can even use it for photographs and just write down the month in whatever it is, or a little note that you want to remind yourself. So you could use this as a memory page. So there's 9, 16. I'm just thinking you could use, how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have 6? No. So 4 pages. So you could use it kind of like, this is the first quarter of the year, second quarter of the year, memories, and then third and fourth quarter of the year. So you could split it up like that. So this is like January till March, and then so on and so forth. If you wanted to use it as photographs, that's just an idea. And then we have the last page, which is this journal belongs to. So you have name, phone, email, line ID. What's line ID? I don't know what line ID is. And then address. And then that little stamp that they have. And then the date when you completed the journal, I imagine. And then their information. And then the graph paper on there as well. And then you've got a ruler, but I'm not sure how you're going to use a ruler in this format. But it just shows you, I suppose you could use it as for scale, and then the usual fonts, and then line weights and some colour things. But I quite like that, because again, it's very researchy. That's the way I'm putting it. It's researchy. And then on the back, we've got butter and toast. Can't beat a bit of butter and bread, I've got to admit. Some wonderful illustrations. Again. So this year's theme for Hours Journal is gifts. We turned the feeling of receiving gifts and blessings into this year's journal design. On the cover, you can place a postcard, a favourite idol card, or anything you love. It will accompany you the whole of 2025. Gifts always touch our hearts, don't they? Which they do. Especially when they're not expected. Yeah, the Hours Journal is inspired by Japanese elementary school summer homework called Free Research. The idea is to do one small thing each week, capturing moments of inspiration during every research. By handwriting, we turn these little pieces of life into lighthouse of daily living. I love that. That is amazing, which is why I don't want to cover that up. The normal lovely days always be with you. The 4th Research No Hours Studios presents. This is lovely. So yeah, again, you could just use this as a photograph, write down some notes, so it can be a completely memory keeping journal. But I am absolutely in love with this. This is just, oh, I'm so happy I have this. Now, the other thing I want to test before I tell you what I'm going to be using each layout for is, does it stick in my Hobonichi cover as well? So I'm going to have, oh, now here's a conundrum. The way that these books are set, the Hobonichi covers are set up, is that you can have one book here and one book there. But the thing is, I don't want to cover this bit up. So to have the book on that side, you've got to put that in there and hide it, which I don't want to do. So I'm sorry, Mr. Hobonichi. As much as I designed that cover and I love that cover. Well, I didn't design the whole cover. Let me say that again. This is a cover that was designed by Some Things to Keep. I've mentioned them before and linked them before. I'll do it again. But I just basically moved the Hobonichi logo up there. So yeah, I'm going to put the Hobonichi on this side. So that keeps that bit in place. So let's put the back cover in there. And it fits. And then it makes a chunky boy. So yeah, they go together, which is what I kind of wanted, because I needed to keep both of them with me. Yeah, because this new project is going to be constant. So I need to keep them both with me. So I'm happy that it fits in here as well. So it's going to be double protected with all the covers it's got on it. I'll pop that out. So now it means for 2025, on my Hobonichi, I need to make a beautiful cover on the back rather than the front. So look out for that when I do my 2025 Hobonichi setup video, which will be hopefully before Christmas. So this beautiful book, beautiful, beautiful book. How am I going to use you? Of course, there's going to be stickers, photographs, and God knows what else that I can put all over these for sure. But this tiny yearly calendar, I'm actually going to use as an index. So I think here I'm going to write a key and then just get some dots. I'll probably just use ink of the pen, but I'll just make sure that it's translucent so you can see the numbers still underneath. And reference them for whatever days or for different types and tasks that the projects require. The monthly planner will literally just be to write down when things are finished, when things start, with who's coming in on the project, who's not coming in on the project, and when things are being delivered and that sort of thing. So it's very much going to be used as a planner, but purely for that project only. So it won't have like my dentist appointments in there, it won't have doctor's appointments, that sort of thing. It will literally just be stuff for the project, because it is that big. There's going to be a lot. These will be filled. So that's how I'll use those pages. Here I'm going to write down what I'm hoping to be able to achieve with this project by the end of the 2025, because there should be a lot of progress with it, but at the same time it won't be finished, because I think it's actually going to be a 5-year project. So hopefully our studio are going to make some more of these beautiful things for 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. So then I can have a nice collection of them all, so I can look back at it and how it all came to be. But yeah, then my weekly pages I am going to use to document what's gone on in the project and where I'm at, and perhaps what needs to be addressed in like reference what week something needs to be finished by. and that sort of things. And then here I'm just going to use an overview of all the things that don't fit on these pages can go there. Just a little note. So that's how I'm going to use those. And the free pages. Recipe pages. I think it might be fun actually to keep these as recipe pages, but for recipes that I use while surviving, while doing this project. So it won't be like, oh, I don't know, a Black Forest gateau cake or something, because I won't have access to a kitchen with that. It'll be recipes of stuff that I'm noshing that will keep me alive and survived while I'm doing this project. So I think I'm going to keep those as a recipe note page, or I could just use them as a notes anyway if I need to. The card folder I could use as a card folder. In fact, yes, I will have to use it as a card folder, but it'll be more contact information, but it'll be detailed contact information. So it won't just be their address, their phone number, and then company. It will be exactly, specifically what they are doing on the project and for the time period, because there'll be some people that are coming in doing one particular bit, then they'll have to wait for another person to do another bit of the project and then come back to the project. So it'll be more detailed in terms of that. And I know this makes no sense to you guys whatsoever because you don't know what the project is, but yeah, I will be using it as a card folder essentially. Now, the free notes I am going to use as basically a photo collage, sort of memory keeping of the project throughout, but more like in a mood board format. But I want to keep this page as like phase 1 of the project. The first half of the year of what it looked like before I started on the project, and then this one how it looks like at the end. So I'll do this one at the beginning of the year with the photographs I already have, and then I'll do this one at the end of the year, the end of the 6 months, and then I'll do it again here for the other 6 months of, I won't be able to do that. I could do it quarterly. So this is how it starts at the beginning of 2025, then how it looks around Easter time, then how it looks during summer, and then how it looks at the end of the year. Because then that way I can literally flick back and go, that's how we started, that's how we've finished, and then this is the in-between. So that's what I'm going to do with those pages. Then this one will be keeping track of certain things and seeing how long it takes, because some things I've got a good estimate of how long it's going to take to do things, but then other things are questionable because it depends on a lot of different factors which we won't know until we're knee deep in it all. So that's what that will be used for. And then the gifts page, I'm going to use it more as a inventory of the beautiful things that I get for the project. So there'll be elements that make up the project, but it won't be photographs of the entire thing like the rest of the book will be. It'll be just little bits that I've added as embellishments, and then where I got them from and all that malarkey. And there might also be gifts that people give me as well. So we shall see how that transpires. And then the colour notes will be 4 colours of the project. So I will be using it for that. And then obviously I'll be filling that information out as well. So take a good look at this book, at how nice and how crisp and how beautiful it is, because I'm not going to show it again until it's complete. And then I can actually talk to you more about the project, what I'm working on. So I'll be able to reveal the project to you basically. So yeah, I'm not going to do like a monthly flip through or a monthly setup or anything with this book. You are not going to see it again until 2026. So yeah, Actually, yeah, I think if you join my Patreon, I think I might give like a little sneak peek image of things. So if you are really curious about what I'm up to, you're best joining my Patreon, because I'm not going to tell my patrons what I'm doing. I'm just going to like give them subtle hints and bits of information. So I think I will sort of keep the conundrum of the project that I'm working on Patreon. So if you want to know what I'm up to in more depth, Patreon. And plus, Patreon is where I'll be able to put files and things on, so you can download them and use them. So I'm intending to do some stickers, especially for the Hobonichi setup. I want to do my own stickers and things. So you'll be able to download a digital version of them on my Patreon as well. There will be some stuff that, you know, will be the option to buy, but I'll try and keep quite a few bits as just for free members. So yeah, feel free to join me over on Patreon as well. But yeah, that is it for sort of having a look at the Hours Studio and my intentions with it, which I'm very excited for. But I keep looking at this cover and I just can't believe how beautiful it is. It's so nice, so beautiful, so elegant, and just, oh, you've knocked it out of the park, Hours Studio. You really have. But if Hours Studio is watching for whatever reason, hello, and please release these covers separately so I can buy some more, please. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have got this journal, let me know what your intentions and what you guys are going to use it for, and let me know if you're actually using it to replace, like using a Hobonichi or a Midori. I'd love to know, because I think these should be hugely popular, because I didn't know about these at all until I literally just glanced on it and I was like, oh, okay, research book, you know, whatever. And then I saw the video, but that video was only a happenstance. So if I'd not seen that, I would have not got this. And it's you know, it needs to be just as popular as the Hobonichi, I think. I really do. So yeah. Anyway, I'll stop rambling now and gushing at how wonderful it is. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.